welcome to the 4th episode of TTT. My name is Nicole.
Mine is Aida.
And this is a talk between two friends who are passionate about knitting, nature, and natural dyes. Do you hear those bells?
Yes, nice, it's Granada.
Okay. Welcome back to an episode of TTT. This is our first episode in English, so we're really excited. And yeah, so just before we get started, we will tell you our names and a little bit about ourselves. So I'm Nicole, and you can find me all over the internet as Time Weaver. And I live here in the south of Spain in Granada, but I'm originally from New York. And you, Aida?
I'm Aida. I'm a natural dyer from Spain also. I live in the north, in Catalonia, but we met in Granada when I lived there. And first of all, I have to tell you something. I will not repeat it again and again, but sorry about my poor English. I will try to do my best, okay? But for sure I will make some mistakes, but it's all right. We are here to talk about our passion, and I hope you will enjoy it.
Absolutely. And please don't worry about your English, because I think that you speak very well. And yeah, we're just going to have a conversation. And if you need help, I'll help you, because that's what I do as an English teacher.
Thanks, Nicole, for encouraging me.
Of course, always. So today we're going to talk about lots of things. We're going to be talking about natural dyeing, and we're going to answer some questions that we have received from some people, some friends. We're going to be talking about the Knit 3 Words Challenge, right? And our design that we are working on together. We're going to be talking about what we're knitting, our finished objects, our whips. I'm going to show some happy mail and some fun things. And then at the end, I think we'll talk a little bit about our Advent. And yeah. So
let's start with the questions, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the first questions that we have are from Paula. And Paula and her partner Pablo have a really wonderful podcast. If anyone has ever, it's in Spanish. So if you're listening to this and you're a Spanish speaker, it's great. It's an audio podcast about knitting. Her partner Pablo doesn't knit, but they talk about so many interesting things. I love it. I've been binge listening. But Paula sent us some questions. So the first question is, and their podcast is called The Patron de Turín. And you can find, I'll put the information down below so you can find them. But the first question, are there any flowers that are good to dye with? So natural dyeing. What do you think, Aida?
Yes, of course. There are so many flowers. The good ones are those that have very concentrate dye and durable. And I can tell you some. There is marigold. There is chamomile, which I love it because the smell, because I like the effects that has on me. So dahlias, coreopsis, roses also. Yeah, you can dye it with roses, but I think it's maybe less concentrate than in others.
Absolutely. And I don't know, whenever I think of flowers for natural dyeing, I think of like eco-printing. And I think of Maria of Ninja Chickens, who has a podcast as well, and she talks a lot and does a lot with eco-printing. Because I can imagine like rose petals, maybe if you're like eco-printing silk, or I really have never dyed with any flowers except for chamomile. So I don't know, but I have seen other people dye with hibiscus, which I love. Yeah, I love to drink hibiscus, but I've never wanted to use it for dyeing because I like to drink it. But I've seen that. Remember, we saw that it was like a green color, like it maybe
from hibiscus.
Yeah.
I tried once, but it's the same. The same happens to me. I don't like to dye with food. You can dye with the rest. You can use it like I don't know the name in English, but when you make a coffee, the
Mhm,
rest of the coffee, el pozo, this
mhm,
you can use it to dye. But I don't know why my mind didn't have this click, and I don't use it food. I don't use, but
mhm.
also dye with dandelion. You have there, I think.
I love dandelion, but like dandelion is also like really potent medicine. Like I feel like there's so many plants that are medicine and food and they're so good for you, and so I don't want to use them for dyes. Like you can dye with elderberries, but I don't want to dye with elderberries because they're so precious and they're so antiviral and so good for you.
I
So
know. The same happens with how it's called, Flor de San Juan. Oh,
hyperic.
Hypericum. Yeah, this is the same happens. Yeah,
I know. This is my favorite plant, and I would never want to die with it because it's such good
so
medicine.
I
Mm.
know.
But you know what I'm very curious about trying? There's a flower called Queen Anne's lace, which I think is really special because lace is like encaje in Spanish, no? And so lace,
And
like,
it's a good name. Yeah, yeah.
it is a good name. And apparently it dyes like a yellowish green color using the flower heads. And we have it all over the countryside. Like it is packed. So something that is so abundant like this, I would feel more comfortable using. But I've never tried it. So
Me too. And Queen Anne's lace. It's like a silver carrot,
like a wild carrot.
like a wild carrot. Okay.
Huh?
And
Yeah.
yes, I never tried, but I want to, and I have a lot here. Yeah, I have to try it.
That's our homework. We have to try the wild carrot and see how it works out. I don't know. So, okay, cool. Those are just sunflowers, but I mean, really, when it comes to natural dyeing, I'd always just suggest people just like try it and see what happens because you could always dye over it and do another bath or another dye bath and just have fun.
Absolutely. And for you, it's easier because you like this like yellowish green or greenish yellow, and a lot of flowers or plants that are not so special or so known dye in this color. So you have.
Exactly. Which is one of the other questions that someone asked you on Instagram and said, what is our favorite plant to dye with? And I just have to show my yellow green. I don't think you can appreciate the color here on the screen, but this is like a lime green, yellowish color that I got from Vitex. And I love Vitex as a plant, and I love Vitex leaves for dyeing. And this was something I just did an experiment, and I was so excited about the results.
Look, I have a similar color here.
Oh,
I think you
yes.
can appreciate it, but yeah, this is dyed with the leaves of the carrot. Yeah, it's similar, right?
It is very similar. Yes.
Maybe
It's
less bright, mine.
But I mean, on the camera, it looks the same. I don't know what yours looks like in person. Maybe definitely we can add some pictures to this podcast, but that, I don't, maybe we'll add some of those too. Oh, okay, cool. Next question from Paula and maybe Pablo too. I don't know if he was helping her, but he said, or she said, which is the plant that gives the most versatile range of color? So maybe you could talk about that, Ida.
Well, I think the most versatile, when you talk about versatility, I think we should see which plants are more sensitive to the environment changes. So I mean the pH. Yeah, basically the pH, and also how it reacts with minerals like iron.
Mm-hmm.
pH, there is one that it's very sensitive, and it's cochineal. For
Mm.
I diet this, and I knitted this sock. All this is dyed with cochineal, and these three colors are the same quantity of dye, each one.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that this is in an alkaline environment.
Mm-hmm.
This, no, this is alkaline, this is acid, and this is neutral.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can achieve, well, here you cannot appreciate it so much, but it's like burgundy. Ah, you have some burgundy there. It's
I
also very cochineal.
But mine is darker. Like, how did you get this dark color? Is this just more quantity
Yeah,
of
yeah,
coach?
it's just cochineal. Yeah.
Okay, so this burgundy that you made has no modifier.
No, just a lot of cochineal.
Oh, this color is beautiful. We will talk about this yarn a little bit later when we talk about our knit 3 words challenge. Okay, so more questions. Also, the question of which is the best mordant for natural dyeing, and is it possible to reach a deep and intense color with natural dyeing? I would say deep color.
You saw this, so yeah, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
The Mordant, definitely it's alum.
Mm-hmm.
Alum the best Mordant. It has a lot of affinity with the fiber, with the dyes. So yeah, there are some people that Mordant with soy, but it's not a real Mordant. It
Mm-hmm.
has affinity to the fiber. It has affinity to the dye, but you cannot compare it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, iron. I mean, all the metals like iron, copper, alum are very effective. Effective.
Yeah, effective. Absolutely. Good job. Yeah, so now I'm thinking about that because I think that like iron, it's a mordant, but it's also a modifier, right? So iron would change the color, whereas alum has no, like, will not modify.
Almost. I mean, alum is the more neutral you can find, but it's a bit acidic. So yeah, it will change a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
But iron is a very good mordant, but in the other hand, you have that it will change radically the color.
Exactly. Like in my mind, I don't really know because don't think I've ever even worked with iron as a mordant or a modifier. But I think that iron would make the color like a lot like deeper. Like if you were with a green, maybe it would turn into like a khaki green or
I have here something dyed with iron.
hmm.
This is my project bag.
Ah, yes. Okay. That's probably where I have this idea from.
This I had for I don't know years,
Mhm.
and it is dyed all with chamomile. This
Chamomile.
it's chamomile, and this one it's chamomile with iron. As you
Oh,
can see, it darks a lot.
yeah, it darkens, yeah. But that's beautiful. I love that you can play with this as a modifier. So modifiers are interesting to play
Mhm.
around with, to try. And that's the magic of natural dyeing. Like, I don't know. There's definitely a science behind it, but there's so many factors. Like even just the water from in your house could be different pH, or hard water have more minerals, and so it's always going to be different.
Now maybe less than before. I mean, before used to dye just with rainwater because maybe your water had iron. It was common. I mean, now maybe it has just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but it was very common. And yeah, the minerals affects a lot. So, and I think this iron, this iron stuff, it's funny because you can combine. I think both colors, like
Mm-hmm.
these ones, combine very well. And I have here another because all my project bags are mostly this is made with onion, and you can see that also combines very well. And I have Yes, there. Another project pack dyed with avocado peel.
You have a video about this, don't you?
Yes. Yes, it's true in my channel.
Too, right?
The avocado peels dyes in a very strong pink, and modified with iron, it will turns purple, and it combines very well.
Absolutely. This is something we were talking about the other day about how, in my opinion, all the natural dyed colored yarns go really well together. But you don't share that opinion very much. But I understand that, yes, maybe not all.
In that question.
Yeah. But yes, I think that naturally dyed colors kind of all go quite well together. But then there's personal preference, so everyone will have an opinion about that.
Okay, this is our point. Quite well.
Quite well. There's an extent, but really, like we've talked about this in the Spanish episode. No, you showed me. You're like, look at these two colors together, and it was chamomile yellow and like logwood purple. No. And I loved it, and people in the comments also said that they loved it. So
Yeah, I'm a bit special with the colors, but look, I this could be a flower with her leaves.
yeah,
Like it.
I like it. I think it's beautiful.
Well, I could like it.
You could
But
like it.
how?
But everyone has their preference. And honestly, like when you put together colors like in a pack or something, I'm always very pleasantly surprised about how beautiful the combination is. So good job, Aida.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, more questions. Okay, this question quickly, I don't really know much about this, but do you have any advice about maintaining the colors in the yarns that are dyed naturally? So I would say like keep it out of direct sunlight like any other dye. Like if you put like a red t-shirt in the sun that's chemically dyed, it also is going to fade. So
Yeah, this is the best advice. Please keep out of the direct sunlight.
but
This is
nothing,
the
right? Like,
worst of all dyes, as you said. Natural dyes, but also all dyes are weak to the sunlight.
yeah. Okay. And what else? The last question from Paula. Thanks, Paula. This is awesome. Okay, so do you think it is easier to dye cotton or wool? And maybe talk about the procedures and the colors. You mentioned before soy as a mordant. And would you say that soy is a good mordant for cotton, maybe?
And not exactly soy, but it has something to look. Soy, it's a protein. It has protein inside. For that reason, it has affinity with the dyes because all protein fibers have a lot more affinity to the dyes than vegetable fibers.
Absolutely. So
It's definitely easier to dye with wool, silk, but wool it's amazing.
it is amazing. So yeah, so cotton is more difficult. I mean, I have had cotton dresses, like maybe a white cotton dress that I tried to dye and didn't have very good luck. One of them was like a secondhand dress that I had that was cotton, and I thought maybe like the fiber was like, I mean, I washed it, but maybe the fiber was like dirty or used, like it didn't absorb the dye.
Perfect. I mean, the old cotton, it's much better than a new cotton to dye it. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it was the dye that I used because I had like bad luck with all my cotton dyeing.
The Mordant.
Probably. Okay.
Because you have to first one, you have to boil it to go out. I don't know how to say it.
Get rid of.
to clean it. And then you have to make a tanning bath. And then you have to make a Mordant bath.
Okay. Yeah.
It's yeah.
Now I'm remembering me like sending you messages and being like, Ida, I have some soy milk and I'm just gonna put it in a pot and I'm just gonna put, and you're like, Nicole, there's a procedure that you need to do. And I was like, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. And it wasn't. It didn't change color. So sorry.
Maybe you want to dye it time to time and it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I dyed some, yeah, because I love my bright yellow. This is turmeric cotton, dyed with turmeric. And this was actually a yarn that Nat sent to me. It was white cotton yarn, Nat Knits Crafts. And so I dyed it yellow. It's probably brighter yellow in person, but I'm working on a project now with these, which are also cotton, and these have been dyed by sheep's cheese, but this is like indigo dyed. Do you work with indigo, Aida?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, but now it's been a while since I dyed with indigo. I am a bit lazy because indigo it's like having kefir. You have to take care of it, so
Cha.
or kombucha. Yes, it's like a alive being. I don't know.
It's
It's
like,
not because kefir it's really alive and kombucha, but you have to take care a little bit of the indigo. And the last time I throw it, and I'm a bit lazy of doing it again because now I'm dying a bit less, a couple of months. But well, yeah, I dye with indigo and I like it.
Okay, cool. All right, good. So I don't know if we have any more questions, but I think we can move on and talk about, yeah, that's good. But if anyone has any questions about natural dyeing or about plants or about anything, they can leave those in the comments down below. And yeah, if this is the first time that you're watching our videos in English, but you also speak Spanish, you can check out our last episode on Ida's channel, because we were kind of going back and forth, but Ida has a YouTube channel from a long time ago where you do like tips and tricks and like patterns, like you have like video patterns. So maybe even if you don't speak Spanish, you could probably follow the video patterns like that the blusa etnica that you have, which is like it's like a sampler of all these different stitches. And yeah,
Sometimes I follow the instructions of a Russian girl. I don't know what is she talking, but she's knitting and I understand, kind of understand.
exactly. Knitting is like a language. We can understand. Yeah, it's like music in a way. Very nice. Okay, so knit 3 words challenge.
Can I stop just a little bit, because I have something that I want to show you after, and also the power of the 3 word challenge.
Perfect. Okay, so knit 3 words challenge. Okay, well, if people don't know what the knit 3 words challenge is, this is something that Merino Feroz and Beagle Knits organized. This is the 2nd year. They're 2 Spanish knitters, podcasters, designers who organize this challenge where they choose 3 words at the beginning of the year in like February, and we have until September to use those 3 words and create a design, like a knitting design based off of that. So I have decided to create a design, and the words were fauno, which in English is faun, like Pan's Labyrinth, like the mythical character. The meteorology, the word was lightning. And the ways to dye yarn, the word that was chosen was solid. So the yarn has to be solid colors. So what did we decide to make?
It's difficult to explain because we we translate. No, we don't translate. We feminized
Yes.
all
Yeah.
the words because we were a little bit not pleasant with the results.
Mhm.
Instead of fauno, we translated to fauna in feminine. That it means another thing. That it's fawn, like animals.
Yes, like, well, in English, I think we say flora and fauna. I'm pretty sure that we say fauna in English.
Yeah,
So
can be.
flora and fauna, I think. But so we're thinking animals, fauna, but we're also thinking like fawn, like with a W, which is a deer, like a baby deer. So we thought of that because we didn't really like the mythical character of like the fawn because he's kind of not really. I don't know. We didn't like his character. He's what?
It was not a good person, kind of.
We didn't like the stories that we read about fawn, so we're like, no, we're gonna make it feminine, and we're gonna say fauna. Okay, so we've got the fawn, we've got the deer, we've got the animals, we've got the, I mean, fawn was like fawn in the nice mythical stories. He's like the protector of the forest and stuff, so it kind of all relates anyway.
And also, it has the how it's called
The horns or the antlers.
that also found the mythical character has.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Also, we changed the word rayo,
Which is lightning.
and we say rayo. That means stripe.
Yes. So yeah, so we changed from rayo to raya, which is from lightning to stripes, because we thought stripes would be easier than putting lightning. Okay, so we got that, and then solid color, super easy.
Yeah. At the final, this is for enjoying, and I think it's also funny this change of words we made.
I like it. I like it, and like you said, like this is to have fun. Like the idea that they're not going to be like, your design does not qualify to be part of this challenge. No, like we're not. This is just to have fun and to create community, and yeah.
Absolutely.
So
So we have a deer.
we have a deer. We do have a deer. Oh, I love the deer. Yes, we didn't say what we're making. We are making
And mittens.
mitts. Well, I would say that they're fingerless mitts because mittens would be like covered, and we're gonna cut them off, right?
No, but with fingers would be gloves. Gloves.
But I think mittens. I don't even know English anymore. No, they're mitts. Like these are called mitts. What we're making.
Okay, and mitts.
Because mittens have the fingers all together. And
Okay.
have your fingers open.
So we are making a mitts, and we thought about an idea that I think it's cool. We will put our deer like in a half,
Mm-hmm.
like in this
So
part of the hand, and it will be complete, like rounding, like
going around to the inside.
your hand. But when you put like this, the hands will be complete.
Yes, I love it. I love that. Yes. So, and Ida did that adorable drawing, and she has already translated it into the knit pattern, which is so cool.
Yeah, I have in the mobile phone, so I cannot show you, but maybe we can put it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put it in the pattern. That's the idea. We're gonna write the pattern. So
Yeah, right.
this pattern is going to be out very soon because the challenge ends the first week in September. So you don't really have to wait very long. We need to start knitting. We've been talking about this for months, but now we've got it all. We've got it all. So let's talk about our yarn because I'm so excited because Ida sent me her beautiful perpetual base yarn because, oh, we didn't mention that Ida is a natural dyer, Tíntica, and she sells her beautiful naturally dyed yarn.
I start talking about my poor English and I didn't say even my Instagram.
She didn't even help you. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, so let's introduce yourselves. Should we like cut that in later to the beginning? I don't know.
I will talk about myself, okay? And then we'll see. Okay, I'm a natural dyer, so I have my own brand, and it's called Tíntica, and you can find me on Instagram as Tíntica.yarns. Yarns.
Dot yarns. And Tíntica has the most beautiful yarn. This is her new base, which is called Conscious. I love the names of your bases, by the way. You have Conscious, Perpetual. What else do we have? Ethereal?
Ethereal, the Moer one, and Chubby, the
I like Chubby. Oh, Chubby. And Chubby is DK or worsted?
worsted.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And all beautiful, beautiful colors. So that's Tíntica. But Tíntica sent me 2 half skeins of her perpetual base, which is the fingering sock, right? And your fingering sock is 85-15, right? So 85 merino, 15% nylon. So it's really soft.
Yeah, really soft. Yeah.
Really.
Okay, so your colors. I choose. Nicole was a mystery for Nicole. I choose some, and now I'm looking at a yarn, a leftover, and maybe we can do something. Okay, show your colors first.
Okay, yeah. So for me, it was super exciting because we were talking and Ida said she was showing me lots of combinations, and I was like, I love them all. Really, all of them are beautiful. And then she's like, okay, I have a totally different idea, and I'm going to send you a totally different surprise. And I still don't know what colors Ida is using, but she told me that we have one color in common. Also, it's very interesting because our mitts, the plan is to use only like one full skein to knit both of them. But the idea is that you can knit these mitts with like another really good knitting friend, and you could divide like 50-50 and share like 2 skeins to share between 2 people, and then you could have the same mitts as your friend. Anyway, so my colors are the beautiful burgundy, and then this like vintage pink, which I don't think you can see how beautiful it is. But the combination of these 2 together, so excited.
I like it.
Like it so much. Yes. So let's see yours.
Okay, at the beginning, I thought in this combination. Your same vintage pink and gray.
Oh, very nice. I like that. I could imagine that. I'm trying to think of it because on the cat.
I like it, but now you remember before I was showing you cochineal results and talking about this, and I have kind of burgundy. I can over dye it, and yeah, we can share the same. So now I don't know what to do.
I don't know. Okay. I kind of like the idea that we were gonna have different ones, but I like that combination. I don't know.
And it's like a friend sharing the colors. Maybe I keep this.
Okay. Okay, I like it, and then we can have the same. And then when we finally get to hang out again, we can go like this and complete each other's baby fawn.
Yeah.
So you have to do some dyeing and make this yours a little bit darker.
Dye this a little bit.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. So I have started the cuff. And our original, so tiny. So I'm doing, I don't know if you can even really see this, but I'm doing, you can see where I have that, because I'm doing magic loop, so I keep like changing the place where this is, but you can see that but it's fine. Block out. But I'm doing twisted rib, because I think twisted rib is really nice. And we were taught, like our idea, here, I have these mitts, these that I made a couple of years ago. Maybe in the green you can see better. So I was thinking about doing like, this is like ribbed, but in color work. And we thought that that could be interesting for the cuff. But the thing is that this is not stretchy because it's color work. So we decided, no, we're going to do this. And then the thumb will be the other color so that it's like using the same amount, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we didn't talk about how much should I do of the wrist? I mean, I can try it on. That's the joy of magic. You can try it on. What?
It fits well. Ah, perfect.
It fits like so perfectly. So I am just knitting like the same way that I knit my socks. And I just tried on my socks on my wrist, you know, because I'm knitting these socks and I just got my numbers from the socks, the same size needle.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so I was thinking like going to here, and then we're gonna do the Latvian braid, and then we're gonna do the color work, and then we're gonna bind off, and it's super fast.
Okay. Yeah, I like long elastic. So
I like long too because it keeps you warm. You know, like I feel like it should be at least.
absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're working on that, and hopefully we will have them finished. This is gonna be my main knitting for the next.
I will start it this week also.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that is our Knit 3 Words challenge. And also, I have here, I finished, because I also did my Knit 3 Words challenge, and I finished my lightning thigh goat pants. But I'm just going to say that in the previous video on my channel, you can hear all the information about these, because I have like a solo podcast too, which is Al Sol y Punto, which means to the sun and knitting, or to the sun and that's it.
And that's it. Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So these are my lightning thigh goat pants. They're awesome.
Love it.
I love them too. They're knit in this amazing snefnug of Camaros, which I absolutely love, and I have some more, so I think I'm going to make a hat or mitts. I don't know, many things. But yeah.
I also have mine, and I start the sample. No.
A swatch. What happened, Aida?
I lost my needles in a park, or I thought this, but I found it yesterday.
Aida!
I was like 1 week.
I said in the show that you tell us about your love. Oh my god. Okay, tell me what happened. I didn't know this.
Embarrassed to tell you because I was like, oh Nicole, I lost it in the park. I went to the park and you was telling me for sure it will appear at home. And I was searching around and I didn't find it, and it was under the couch, just under the couch.
Couch. You know, I think I told you to look under the seats in the car, but not under the couch.
I checked it. But I don't know. Whatever.
You know, I knew you would find it because this is not the first time that Ida's like, Nicole, I lost like 5 kilos of yarn. Or how many kilos did you lose?
And not once.
Many times.
Like twice I lost like 30 skeins or 50 skeins. And then one day it appears suddenly.
I think you have, yeah, I don't know, some like magical creatures in your home that just want to play around.
Please, now I understand. It's not me, it's like magical creatures.
It's some mythical fawn that is running around your house.
Okay, all the fans that are angry with me because I don't like him. I don't like them.
Yes, I think you need to make peace with the fawns of the world. Yes, so we got to start knitting our fawns, and you got to start knitting your lightning side goat pants.
Yes, but
So
I
happy.
concentrate because this will be a baby fawn lightning pants, and she will born at January.
Okay.
So no rush.
No rush. All right. So you're going to make the little baby version. Yes, because these pants can be knit as a baby, as a teenager, as an adult. But for an adult, I'm so excited for winter to wear those. They're going to be great.
Yeah, and I'm excited to try this yarn because I always knit with my yarn, and sometimes it's good to change.
Absolutely. And you don't really have a base similar to this one, you know? Like you have
So
some
interesting ways.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So, all right. So, what are you knitting? What are you knitting then?
I'm so excited about my new coat.
Oh,
Look, my new coat, it's this one. I will my camera. Oh, I can't. Okay, it's this one. Okay.
oh, perfect. We don't even have to add pictures.
As you can see, it has like a collar, no, like a neck. I don't know how to. I
Like
will, I will show you because I have something.
oh, okay. So you fixed it.
Yes, yesterday was I pick up because you do like a raglan, normal raglan jacket, cardigan, and then you pick up some stitches from the neck and to make this
Okay.
this shape. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was excited about it. This is what I like about this pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped here and I made it, but I last night I made it
Backwards.
backwards. I this all was pearl and it has to be knit because as you can see here you knit and here you pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay, now it's fixed. It's in I am knitting in 8 millimeters needles, so it's so fast.
Yeah. It's perfect. It looks beautiful. I love it. And what yarn are you using? Is this the chunky or chubby?
Yes, yes,
Chubby.
chubby, and it's all leftovers that were not in my shop, and I keep it to to weave in a loom. Okay, but time it's passing and I don't weave so much, so I decide to take it and knit it, and it will change a lot. It will be I like also very much this combination of green and brown.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, I'm knitting one worsted weight together with a DK weight.
Wow. Okay. So it's like super. It's chubby plus DK.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. But that pattern like calls for that. Like it's like a coat you're making.
Yeah, it will be heavy. And I have a lot of colors, different colors, but all colors will be like green, like
I
browns, beige, you know. I will take all the colors I see and I will put it. I think it will be so heavy
Mm-hmm.
because I want to make it long.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I'm afraid, I don't care if it's like 1 kilo or two. I don't care, but maybe it it pulls all this back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I knit it with an 8 millimeters needles when at the beginning I thought to knit it in 9 millimeters needles. So this part will be a little bit tight
Tighter.
tighter
Mhm.
than maybe at this size. I will start knitting with 9 mm needles.
Interesting. Okay, so it's going to be like denser on top, and then
It
it will.
will be denser to have more strength to for all
Yeah.
the.
And then you will use like bigger needles so that it will be looser on the bottom, and maybe it will be like less heavy. Oh, we're frozen.
Somebody were calling me, but
No problem. No problem. Um, I love the colors that you have.
me too.
Beautiful.
What are you knitting?
What am I knitting? Well, I am working on my gloves. What else am I knitting? Oh, well, like you had to frog a night's worth of knitting. I had to frog like a week's worth of knitting because I was inventing this like top, which is like the feather and fan motif in lace. And I thought it would be really fun to do something like modular. This is the back, or in my head it's the back. And I thought it would be fun to do something like modular and like pick up on the sides and then like knit like this way. But it was a disaster. Maybe I'm going to put a photo in here so that you can see. And it was just like, it sagged. And I was almost finished because my idea was to knit this way and then like pick up the stitches and go like this. And I had all this vision in my head.
I like the idea.
The idea was cool, but the reality. So I'm going to go back to my original idea, which was like easy and normal, which is to knit another one of these squares and then sew them here and make a neck, and that's it, and just have it be a square T. That's it. So, but I'm a little bit disappointed. And this is that cotton yarn that I have.
It's green so much.
It's with indigo and something else, and then I have all these. I have a lot because I basically finished the top, and then I had to unravel everything. So I have that all in little balls, and then I still have this from that like set that I got from Sheep Shees. So yes, and what else? And soon I will be casting on my Cuello Salteña, which I have this beautiful yarn from Tíntica. I love this color. And this is a base that you no longer have, right?
No, I don't have it anymore.
Let's even talk about it. But the color, you have this color. And this is like a light DK. And this is going to be mixed with my beautiful yarn from Mohair Silk of Cat from Heather and Hops. And I'm going to hold that together with this to make this year's Cuello Salteña, which was my pattern design for the Knit 3 Words Challenge last year. So that I will be starting also because it's super like easy, like hanging out type pattern. So.
Yeah. In the meantime, where I thought I lost my needles and all this, how it's called? Retomé. Like
I picked up again.
yeah, I picked up again my Cuello Salteña and it's the same color than you, more or less. Mine is more like olive, like darker.
Mm-hmm.
But my Cuello Salteña, and you have to say it's your pattern.
It is my pattern. It is my pattern. Yes.
I love it. I love this texture. Wow, I love it.
I love cables. And I mean, it's pretty easy. Like once you get going, like the cables you just do every 4 rounds and then the rest is just knitting. So it's pretty easy, I think.
The round that you have to cross all, you have to be concentrated. I mean, you cannot be watching a movie in this row.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easier. It's easy, but you have to pay attention.
Over 2. 2 over 2.
Over 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yes, so I'm excited to start that, and yeah, so many things, so many knitting things. What else? I don't know. Are you knitting anything else?
No, I have to start the mittens, the mitts.
The mitts. Okay, we got to get those. I wanted to show really quickly all of the amazing things that I got in the mail recently because I had just like, it was the day that I was frogging my Al Sol y Yodo, and I was just like feeling really sorry for myself and feeling really sad. I was like sitting on the floor because Oso had stolen my chair, and I was sitting on the floor and unraveling. And then I said, Nicole, like, stop being sad. Like, it's fine. You could. There were other things too. It wasn't only the unraveling, but I was just like, no, like, you have, everything's going to work out. It's going to be fine. And in that moment, I got ding dong, and it was the mail woman, and she gave me a package, and she told me, you have 2 more packages in the office. And I said, oh, okay. So the first package came all the way from Australia, from beautiful, wonderful Erica. And Erica, I met her through a knit-along that I did of Marianela Gallo's Jupiter Cowl at the beginning of the year. I think we did that. And in one of our Zoom meetings, we were talking about this advent calendar that she had, which was of every day was yarn, was wool to spin, but like different wools. And she was telling me that she got one that was yak, Coriadale, and alpaca. And I was like, those are like my favorite things in the whole world. Oh my God. And I think I jokingly said like, oh, I'll test it for you because she said that in Australia, it's hot. So she sent me a beautiful cowl that she hand spun and hand knit. And it's beautiful and it's brioche. And I love brioche. And I'm just obsessed with it. Like, the whole day I was just snuggling it, and it made me feel so good and so happy to have, to have this from across the world. And thank you so much, Erica, if you're watching this. And it made my day, my week, my month, my year. And then after that,
Many love being spun and being knitted for you. It's a wonderful gift.
it's like the best gift ever. And I feel like when we are knitters, we understand how much work has gone into this and how much love and how much attention. And it just, I'm so excited again for winter to wear. And it goes perfectly with my goat pants.
Yeah.
And I say it smells like Australia. I don't know. Australia. And then the next thing was when I went to go pick up the mail, and actually I've already sewn some of them on, but from Chile, from Casa de Opio, this is, I'm obsessed. You've probably, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I've shared her photos all the time because I think her buttons are so cool. She makes these like flower buttons, which are just, and I won this in a giveaway, and she sent it all the way from Chile, so that also arrived, and she sent me like a bunch of them because she's awesome, and a whole nother set, which I have already put on a dress, but that's in the other room, so.
They are the most cute buttons I ever seen.
Ever, like in the world. Like these are the cool, they're real flowers, real petals, and she even put some red clover, which is like my favorite flower, and one day she didn't know what the flower was or something, and I told her, and she's like, oh, so yeah, red clover in there. And then also from Susan, from, oh man, what is her podcast called? Wild Cottage Knitting in Ireland. I don't know. I will put it down below. I'm sorry, Susan. I don't remember the name of your podcast. But Susan is wonderful. She's from the States, and we always chat, and she has a great podcast, and her dogs are always in her podcast, just like my Oso. And I was talking to her about this cashmere wool that I wanted from this Irish shop in her town, which is called Irish Fiber Crafters. And this is a really cool shop that has all Irish wool in Ireland and lots of things. And so they had this Afghan cashmere, which is hand spun and undyed and made in a cottage industry by women in Afghanistan, but apparently it's an Irish woman who brought it to Ireland. Anyway, I was talking to her because my father wants me to knit him a cashmere sweater, and I was talking to her about the cashmere, and she sent me a skein of the cashmere. So now I have cashmere, and I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to, well, I need to get some more to make my father a sweater, but I think I'm going to use this dark color like in the yoke, and maybe something with like slip stitches. I'm not sure. Haven't gotten there yet, but cashmere. She also sent me some smoky quartz from like her town, and so because she knows I like my stones, so amazing. It was like the best day ever, and I started the day like feeling sorry for myself, and then I was like, oh my god, everyone's so amazing. Anyway, so now I'm really hot talking about all things.
Amazing your gifts.
I know, they're so amazing, and I'm so thankful to this whole community, and I love all the knitters and all the people who like send messages and have their own podcasts, and just like I feel like knitting in community is so wonderful, and it makes me so happy, and it brings so much joy to my life, and I'm just so happy to be a knitter and to be part of this wonderful group of people.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes me very happy. Anyway, so
we are amazing.
Those are all the happy mails, and also I got mail from you last week. Not that same day of all the happy mail, but so many things.
Yeah, you sent me like 2 weeks ago the most beautiful letter. I mean, outside the letter.
That's my tactic so that the mailman doesn't lose it.
Yes, absolutely. You are very clever. Because if some postman sees this letter, she will want to see the face of the other person receiving it.
Exactly. They don't want it to get lost, but if you just send like a plain envelope, so yeah.
No, I like that. Yeah, it was so beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like to send happy mail as well because it makes me happy that other people get surprised by a letter in the mail with something special. So, yeah. What else? So, speaking of special happy things, well, we had a giveaway on our episode 3, which was in Spanish. So we're going to announce the winner in Spanish on our next episode, which will be in Spanish. So the idea here is that we're going Spanish, English, Spanish, English. Are you still there, Aida, or are we frozen? Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. I received a notification that my mobile phone is too hot. It's overwhelming with all the information.
Your phone needs the fan too.
It's too hot. We are in Spain.
It's too hot. How can we even still be knitting in this weather? Okay, so let's wrap it up. I wanted just to talk really quickly about Christmas in July, which is going to be over very soon because this video will probably be out the last week in July. So if you don't know what Christmas in July is, you can watch my previous video, or simply just know that we are trying to knit things for gift knits in December because we don't like to stress ourselves out in November and not have gifts for our loved ones. And so the idea is that you use the hashtag, which you can find the information and the hashtag on my post in Instagram. And the hashtag is hashtag Christmas in July knit along 2021, KAL 2021. And you can use that to make a post of any gift knit that you are working on, any work in progress, any finished object, even if it's self-love knitting, because that's good. And I will draw a winner on the 31st of July from all of those posts and you will be able to choose any set of stitch markers in my shop. Or if you don't like any of them, you could be like, hey, Nicole, can you make me a set of stitch markers with rose quartz or with Amazonite? And if I have the stones, I can make you a personalized set. So yes, winner will choose the stitch markers that they want. Yes. So that is the giveaway of this video, Christmas in July. Yes.
And finally, I think we have to talk quickly about our TTT Advent 2021.
Yes. We are so, first of all, we have to say thank you to everyone who has already got their Advent. We like are so, I don't know, I always think of those memes about like small businesses when like someone orders something and it's like, someone ordered something, you know, it's really exciting when we see people liking what we do and wanting the Advent. So what is an Advent? You can watch my last video. I talk a lot more about this in depth, but basically we are selling right now the chance to get a December Advent. So we will be sending these Advents out in the beginning, well, the end of October, beginning of November, so that you have 24 individually wrapped gifts, which you will be able to open every day in December up until the 24th, and inside, many different special, amazing gifts. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes. It will be, in my side, it will be 6 half skeins, naturally dyed.
Mm-hmm.
Half they will be 50 grams.
Mm-hmm.
And the base will be my perpetual, that is 85% merino, extra fine merino, and 50% nylon.
Yeah, and to get an idea of 50 grams, this is, I'm not sure, one of them was like 60, but this one is 50 grams.
No, this one actually it's 70 because it was a leftover of mine. But this one, yes, this is
This one, okay. Yeah, I knew one of them, but this one looked bigger. Look at how this.
I will show one skein.
Okay.
Gram. This is a 50 grams skein, and this one. Okay.
So 50 grams, 200 meters, merino fingering weight sock, and there's going to be 6 of them in the naturally dyed colors. Amazing. And these 6 skeins can be used in the same project. The idea is that you can knit them all together because they will be colors that look very nice together, specially curated for you by our dear Aida. And we have a very special collaboration of someone who's helping us out and going to maybe, I don't know, we don't want to give things away, but there will be lots of ideas of how to use your yarn. So, yes. So we have 6 days, which will be the yarn and maybe other special things. There's lots of surprises that we've been working on. We talk about the Advent literally every day and like the logistics of everything. And we're so excited. This is so exciting, this project. Okay, so we also have 8 days, which will be semi-precious stone stitch markers, which is I will be making. So the rings, like I don't have any around me right now.
Stitch markers.
Typical stitch markers. And then 8 days, which will be the semi-precious stone stitch markers, which open like an earring. So you can use them as progress keepers. You can use them for crochet projects, but they're a little bit more versatile because you can open and close them. Or you could use them as a regular stitch marker. And they will all be different, but all with the same theme. There will be a gates. There will be, yeah, lots of different stones. And I don't want to tell you, but yes. Also, there will be one Naturally Nourishing Knit Bar, which is solid hand cream. And this is something that my sister-in-law is creating for us. And it is vegan, eco, cruelty-free, and it's a solid bar of hand cream, which smells delicious, and you could keep it in your project bag and put it on your hands. Amazing. That, and what else, Ida?
Also a tote bag, natural diet. I showed you before, but a bit different.
A Christmassy, wintry version, yeah. And lots more surprises. Oh, and
a lot of little surprises every day.
Every day. It's the thing is that like this is something to bring you joy every day in December, and like you open, I don't know, I've had Advents the past few years, and really December is like the most fun month ever because you get all these little gifts to yourself every day.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, this is our intention to create a special moment in your day.
Yeah. And like everything that I'm part of, it will be bilingual this Advent. So don't worry, you know, it's gonna be in English and in Spanish.
Yeah, actually, all the people who bought us, I think it's like half Spanish people, half extra Spanish people.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like we are shipping worldwide, so anyone really can take part in the Advent. And we have a special offer for July, and that will be over on the 31st of July. So if you want to get in on the special discounted price, go over to www.tíntica.com and you can get the Advent before they run out. I don't think we'll run out before the end of July. I don't know. Maybe we will. So run, don't walk. Get your Advent. Okay, I don't like to stress people out with like buying things, but I really think it's a really awesome deal. You're getting a lot of yarn, a lot of stitch markers, and a lot of joy every day.
Yeah, you have to. No, I don't like it also, but I mean, it's finishing the days and it's a very good offer.
Exactly. So before the 31st of July, which is Saturday. Like Saturday after this video comes out. But if you're watching this video later on, check the website. Maybe we're doing something totally different. Maybe you're watching this video years from now. We're talking in 2021, you know? But I'm sure we'll be doing something really fun and exciting because we have so many ideas and so many plans. And yes. Okay, so I hope that we weren't like running and talking really fast through most of this, but I just get really excited talking about knitting and natural dyeing and hanging out with you because I miss you and I would love to hang out in person soon, hopefully.
Absolutely, because we talk so much via WhatsApp, but watching your face, it's very special. I like it so much.
I know, because we send audio messages all day, but we never see each other's faces. So, yes, we need to hopefully hang out at some point in real life. We need to put our mitts together.
Yes. Our best meets.
Friend mitts. Yes. Knit friend mitts. Yeah, we don't have a name for our mitts, do we?
We don't have a name.
We don't have a name.
Well, in the next episode, maybe we have a name.
Stay tuned for the next episode, and we will have a name. I'm sure we'll think of a name today. Okay, so that's it.
Thank you to being here. I hope we bring you some nice moment while you are knitting or while you are driving. What else? Washing your dishes.
I know. I listen to podcasts while I'm washing my dishes all the time. So yeah. All right. Well, let nature flow through every stitch. No?
Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right. Okay. So see you soon. Ciao.
Yes. Bye.
Adeu.
Adeu.
Okay, so recording. Hello and welcome to TTT. Wait, hold on. No. All right. So I wasn't nervous, but now I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, so ready? 1, 2.